It was supposed to be a routine traffic stop, but for Officer Daniel Hayes, it became the moment that would haunt and change his entire life. On a cold December morning, he pulled over a man walking barefoot down the side of a quiet highway. No ID, no wallet, just torn clothes, and a look in his eyes that spoke more pain than words ever could. What Daniel found in that man's pocket was something no badge could ever prepare him for. Quick question before we start. What city are you watching from? If you enjoy stories that remind you what humanity's really about, hit subscribe and join the journey. The wind was sharp that morning in Denver. Snowflakes danced in the air like quiet ghosts. Officer Daniel Hayes sat inside his patrol car, sipping lukewarm coffee, when the call came through dispatch. Possible vagrant walking near Route 39 seems disoriented. Please check it out. He sighed. Another homeless man, he thought. Another cold soul on another cold morning. When he pulled up beside the man, Daniel noticed his clothes were drenched. His hands were trembling. He was probably in his late 40s, gray beard, cracked lips, a military-style posture that seemed forced. Sir, you okay? Daniel asked, stepping out. The man didn't answer. He just stood still, eyes lowered, clutching something tightly in his right pocket. Sir, I need to make sure you're not carrying anything dangerous. Do you mind if I check? The man nodded weakly. Daniel gently patted him down, feeling only bones beneath his coat. Then, when he reached into the man's pocket, he felt paper folded carefully, protected like treasure. He pulled it out. It was an old photograph, creased and water-stained. A smiling woman held a little boy, maybe 6 years old, both wearing Christmas sweaters. On the back, written in shaky handwriting, "For Daddy, come home soon." Daniel froze. Who are they? He asked softly. The man's lips trembled. My family. I used to be someone. They sat on the curb as snow fell quietly around them. The man introduced himself. Michael Turner, once a construction supervisor, husband, and father of one. 5 years ago, his wife and son were in a car crash while driving to pick him up from work. They never made it. He'd been late that night. One phone call too long, and that guilt ate him alive. He lost his job, lost his home, and, somewhere along the way, he stopped believing he deserved to live. Daniel listened, unable to speak. He'd joined the force to serve and protect. But this was protecting something much deeper, a man's humanity. As Michael shivered, Daniel offered his own jacket. That's when he noticed something else in Michael's pocket, a medal, small and silver, engraved with a name, Michael Turner, U.S. Army, Operation Enduring Freedom. You served? Daniel asked. Michael nodded faintly. Long time ago, before I forgot how to fight for myself. Daniel felt his throat tighten. His own father had been a veteran. PTSD took him when Daniel was 15, and now here he was, standing before another broken hero, invisible to the world. Without another word, Daniel led Michael to his patrol car. Where are we going? Somewhere warm, Daniel replied. They drove to a small diner off the highway. Daniel bought him breakfast eggs, bacon, coffee, and for the first time in years, Michael smiled. As they talked, Daniel recorded a short clip of their conversation and shared it in a private police forum. Within hours, officers from all over the city donated to get Michael into a veterans shelter. By the next week, Michael had clean clothes, a bed, and the first night's sleep without fear in half a decade. 2 months later, Daniel visited him again. Michael looked healthier, clean-shaven, steady eyes. He handed Daniel something, a new photograph. This one showed him standing at the shelter, surrounded by other veterans, smiling proudly. Family isn't always blood, Michael said. Sometimes, it's the one who stops to listen. Daniel swallowed hard, shaking his hand. And inside, he knew that moment on Route 39 didn't just change Michael's life, it changed his own. Sometimes, the people we overlook carry the deepest stories. A uniform doesn't define a hero, compassion does. Daniel wrote later in his journal. That day, I didn't save a man, I just reminded him he was still worth saving. And tucked inside that page was a copy of the same photograph, the one that changed everything. Hey, if you're still here, thank you, seriously. It means a lot that you took the time to watch this all the way through. If this story made you think, made you feel, or just gave you a moment of peace, give it a like and share your thoughts below. I really do read every comment.